Hello, this is Spartacus here, and welcome to another video. And today, we're going to be bringing you guys some Black Ops 3 gameplay, playing on the map Evac using the Haymaker shotgun, which I've actually just been kind of starting using recently, ever since Double XP and Double Weapon XP weekend was like a week ago. And I started using that gun because since it was Double Weapon XP, I wanted to take advantage of that and started using a bunch of different weapons in Black Ops 3 that I haven't leveled up yet, and the Haymaker happened to be one of those weapons, and I'm really starting to enjoy this weapon. I've been doing really well with it lately, well, except for like these past few days, because for some reason I've just been sucking lately in Call of Duty. But besides the point, this gun is actually pretty good. It does take like 3 hits to kill at like medium distances, depending how accurate you are, and all that kind of good stuff. But I go on a long kill streak in this gameplay, so hopefully you guys all sit back and enjoy the gameplay while I talk about shotguns in Black Ops 3. So shotguns, there's only 4 shotguns in Black Ops 3. In Black Ops 2, I do believe there was only 3 shotguns, I want to say. We got the Remington, that one burst automatic rifle, then we had, actually there was 4, and then there was a semi-auto, and then there was that KSG gun. So I guess there was 4 in Black Ops 2. I don't know what the heck I'm thinking. But one interesting thing about the shotguns that, or at least weapons in Black Ops 3, is that they always have one weapon in each class that's like unique than the other weapons. Like for the shotguns are a very good example that I want to kind of give out there. And so the first shotgun, we have the KRM shotgun, very similar to the Remington shotgun from Black Ops 2. I don't find it to be as good, but it is very similar. It is a pump action shotgun, and none of the other shotguns are actually pump action, not even the Argus. The Argus is actually lever action, which is even more unique than all the other shotguns, but the Argus is like a lever action slash, you can say, I don't want to say buckshot, but slug round shotgun. If you guys don't know the difference between like a buckshot and a slug round like type of shotguns, it's basically the way the bullet comes out of the weapon. So slug rounds on shotguns are like it's kind of like a bullet weapon, like a pistol, you can say, where the shotgun will actually shoot, like you can kill enemies at longer distances, but it doesn't have a spread. Like there's no BB, like little tiny BBs that spread out and actually kill enemies. It's actually like just one straight bullet, but it's in the shotgun. And usually shotguns are close quarters, but this Argus in the game is like a slug round, kind of like the KSG, where you can shoot enemies at longer distances than any other shotguns. And then we got the KRM, which of course is a pump action shotgun, very deadly at close quarters range. So like every time you shoot the gun, you have to cock the gun again to actually get your other shell in there and be able to shoot again. And then you have another shotgun, which is a semi-auto one, so you have to keep pulling the trigger in order to shoot its pellets and all that kind of stuff. So we have the Breckeye, or Brecky, however you say the shotgun's name in this game. But that shotgun's semi-automatic, and it takes 2 shots to kills. It takes 2 shots to kill an enemy, so it's not too bad. And then we have the Haymaker, which is of course the gun you guys are seeing in this gameplay. The Haymaker is an automatic shotgun, so you can hold down the trigger and it'll start shooting by itself. And it does have a spread to it, so it's a shotgun that has BBs, of course, that can like spread around. But another thing so now that I've like already talked about the kind of different shotguns in Black Ops 3, I kind of want to talk about its different damages compared to other Call of Duty games. So every single Call of Duty game apparently has the same type of damage stat on the shotguns. Like they all perform the same amount of damage, like constantly or something. Then Black Ops 3, apparently Treyarch decided to change the way shotguns kind of shoot in this game. Well, not necessarily how they shoot, but just the damage it performs when you try shooting an enemy with them. So I guess in this game, it's like you can have a random chance of having bonus damage that could actually kill the enemy a lot quicker than it normally would. And I don't know if that's like the actual case of the shotguns, but for some reason, like Treyarch decided to change the way damages work in shotguns in this game. And I don't know if that's a positive or negative thing that they've done to shotguns, because I mean, I can't tell you exactly what the difference between the previous Call of Duty shotguns were and Black Ops 3 shotguns, but all I know is that they changed around the damage where it like performs differently than the previous Call of Duty games, which I find kind of interesting, and they didn't do that to the other weapons, I don't think. So that's just something I like to point out there, is just the different damages that each shotgun can perform in Black Ops 3. But I honestly don't really care what the damage is, like what changes they made to the damages. As long as I run around the shotgun and I do very well, then I guess I'm happy, right? But of course you gotta make the weapons balance. I mean, shotguns are meant to be in close quarters combat and not at these long range like snipers or something like that. I mean, imagine shooting someone across the map with a shotgun. Like, it's just like, what's the point of that? And I don't know. And another thing that was kind of interesting is that Call of Duty has never implemented a attachment for a shotgun that's slug rounds, except for Call of Duty Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts actually had an attachment where you're able to put slug rounds on your shotguns, and for ever since then, they never actually added that attachment, which I find kind of interesting. But I think the reason for that being is using slug rounds on a shotgun kind of make them really powerful if you think about it. Now, you do lose the chance of having that shotgun like bullets, like BB spread, but because a slug round, like I said before, is like a straight bullet, you can say, right? Just think of it kind of like a straight bullet, and it can go at longer distances. And that's probably why they never implemented slug rounds ever again, ever since Call of Duty Ghosts, but I'm not 100% sure about that reason. And so, are shotguns good or bad in this game? I honestly have really no opinion. I've never really been much of a shotgun player, to be completely honest with you. I've never like ran around with shotguns in Call of Duty or Battlefield. Battlefield's actually really hard to use shotguns. I'll admit it. Like, if you can do really well with a shotgun in Battlefield, then I give you props. But I think shotguns in Call of Duty just never really suited me. Like, if I wanted to go on a long kill streak, I would actually like to have distance from my enemies. Now, of course, shotguns are nice to be in close quarters where you're able to kill the enemy faster, unless they have a shotgun too that just happens to be more powerful than yours, or they just get better shots than you do, or something. I mean, of course, that's a whole different story, but shotguns are very good at close quarters. For some reason, I'm kind of the guy who likes to have distance from my enemy, so that way I don't have a guy like right in front of me and then I die like really close quarters. I'd rather like die than a distance than close quarters. I don't know, just something that just my personal preference is how like when I play Call of Duty, because I'm not a huge shotgun fan, honestly, but I do like running around with them. The key thing about when using shotguns, here's a kind of helpful tip for you guys, is that if you're not used to running around with shotguns, you're mostly used to running with submachine guns, assault rifles, light machine guns, or something like that, the guns that can kill enemies at longer distances than shotguns, then a tip for you guys, when you use shotguns, stay in close quarters. If you want to get from one destination to the other and you have to be in this wide open place, don't take that route. I highly recommend not taking that route, because there is most likely an enemy around there that will most likely kill you, and you'll totally like make a bad decision for doing that. Always stay in a close quarters areas, and make sure you check your corners too, because there could be an enemy there. And of course, using shotguns in Black Ops 3 is very useful to me because of the new perks we have. So we have two new perks that we haven't seen in a Call of Duty game before. In the perk 1 category, we have Sixth Sense, where you're able to kind of detect enemies on your minimap. It'll have like this red indicator showing which direction the enemy is like around you, which is very helpful with shotguns because the enemy is like really close to you, and so that way you can turn around or whatever and kill the enemy with your shotgun, which I think is very nice. And then there's another perk that's in perk 2 called Tracker, where you can actually see enemies' footsteps and just follow those footsteps and then go slide in and kill the enemy. Those two perks I always run when using a shotgun in Black Ops 3, because it helps you so much for tracking enemies, and it just really helps me as a shotgun player. Like, well, I'm not even a shotgun player, but just helps me as someone who doesn't use shotguns. It just helps me a ton. So that's a kind of helpful tip for you guys. Use those two perks when running shotguns in Black Ops 3. I find it to be very, very useful. But yeah, shotguns in Black Ops 3, I think they're pretty decent. They're all like unique in their own ways. Like the very first shotgun, KRM, it's unique because it's pump action. The second shotgun, the Brekai, it's unique because it's the only semi-automatic one. The third shotgun, which is the Haymaker, like you guys are seeing, that shotgun is automatic, which is the only automatic shotgun in the game, so that makes it unique. And then we have the lever action slash slug round slash buckshot, not bugshot. What am I talking about? And that's the of course the Argus, and the Argus is very powerful. A lot of people would probably prefer the Argus over a lot of the other shotguns, but maybe you won't. Maybe you guys actually prefer some other shotgun. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think of shotguns in Black Ops 3 and what your favorite shotgun in Black Ops 3 is so far. And this is pretty much it for the video, guys. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed it, and remember to leave a rating for whatever you guys feel this video deserves. It really helps me out, no matter what rating it is. Just helps me out so much on YouTube, and I appreciate all comments and feedback that you guys have to say. But yeah, like I said, hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment what you guys' favorite shotgun is in Black Ops 3 so far, and I shall catch you guys later.